Hey, you YouTube comic book fans out there, welcome to my brand new channel. Your host, Sean the Moist Snakenberg. I hope you enjoy the show. I'll see you right after the intro. Hey, welcome back, comic book lovers. I hope you liked my intro. I put it together myself. I had a good time doing it. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the very first episode. Is where I share my love of all things comics with you, the viewer. Most of the comic books that I'll be reviewing come from dollar boxes I find in stores, pick up at conventions, or books from my personal collection. And I want to talk about, with these reviews, we'll have information about the creative team, about the publisher, historical backgrounds on the comic book, and the artists that are involved. I just want to bring more awareness to the different titles that have come and gone in the past, different genres, and to share my love and enthusiasm for the medium. I literally read comic books every single day. It's something that I enjoy and am very passionate about. And as a former comic book illustrator myself, there's just no other medium to me that is quite as exciting as comics. Future episodes will include interviews with artists or creative teams. I hope to meet with publishers to get more information and historical background on them as well, to find out about their passions and what drives them to create, why they got into the industry in the first place, and what it is that makes them so passionate about comic books as well. So without further ado, let's grab one from the vault and let's dive in now. Alright, let's dive right into reading the first issue to be reviewed from the vault. This is Jason Critter, Toy Boy by Continuity Comics. This was originally published in November of 1987 and was a book that I really loved because of its brilliant color and illustrations. I've always loved artwork and titles produced by Continuity. For their time, they used some of the best quality print materials, and the quality of the print and the color itself was just beautiful. A little background about Continuity Comics: it was originally founded in 1984 by award-winning artist Neal Adams. Neal Adams, of course, illustrated Green Lantern, X-Men, and my favorite from him was Batman. And so yeah, I mean, that's Neal Adams. This is an award-winning artist and his own comic line. Continuity Comics and Associates ran until 1994. Unfortunately, when it met its ultimate demise, it ran into some of the problems that a lot of early indie comics did, with meeting deadlines on time, making the distributors on time. So eventually it was its downfall. But again, I loved Continuity Comics. They published subtitles as Miss Mystic, Megalith, and Samarie, just to name a few. Originally, this book was penned by Cary Bates and illustrated by Trevor Von Eaton. Inks were done by Rudy Nebres, I hope I said that right, and lettered by Jasper Saladino. And colors were produced by Liz Berube. Cary Bates, a little background on him, wrote hundreds of comics. He worked in Action, Superman, Flash, Fantastic Four, and Vampirella, and also wrote for television and film. So he worked in various mediums, but he's most well known for writing for comics. And Trevor Van Eaton, he's also a well-known artist and had illustrated such titles as The Black Lightning, Batman, Green Arrow, Power Man, and Iron Fist. And one of my favorites was Batman and the Outsiders. That was just a series I just loved from the very get-go. The story, let's dive into the story here. Jason Critter, aka Toy Boy, is known for creating these AI-driven robotic toys that have incredible abilities. These weren't little toys. We're talking like huge mecha style. I think it was kind of inspired by the mecha of Japanese anime. I could be wrong. And if you know, let me know. Drop me a line. That'd be great information to have. Anyway, Toy Boy was almost kidnapped by this militia group with high tech and everything else, but he was rescued by a team of privateer mercs called the Dirtbags. The Dirtbags subsequently stage another kidnapping in hopes to flesh out the real kidnappers. Of course, Jason uses his technology to his advantage when the Dirtbags first tried to grab and nab him, and he was able to actually subdue and stop this group of mercs with their high-tech weapons and their killer abilities. So he finally frees himself from his pretend captors, where they go and the Dirtbags reveal their true intentions of what was going on. What they wanted to do was expose the real kidnappers who were after Jason's father's invention. Jason's father owned a great creative technology business and came up with the Trilon, which was a top secret missile guidance system. So the original kidnappers were suspected to be after this technology. The Dirtbags themselves consisted of a team of 6 outcasts. They just didn't make it in society. They started out in military, but they were thought of as very unconventional even for the military, and that's how they all got together and joined and formed the Dirtbags. That was their way of getting the right things done. So here is like another example of a group of anti-hero heroes. They fooled Jason's father into believing they have actually kidnapped him, and they request ransom money as well as the Trilon prototype in exchange for Jason's safe return. Of course, Jason's father, not wanting any harm to come to his kids, he deflects the true intentions of the kidnappers away from the police and intentionally sends them on wild goose chases so that they do not interfere. He does not want to risk his son's life. Who wouldn't? I wouldn't risk my son's life. So this is what he's doing. Jason's father makes it to the exchange, and when he arrives, the true kidnappers, this military-style militia, attempts to retrieve the Trilon, which is now in the protection of the Dirtbags, and then Jason and his wonderful AI toys. So now the adventure begins, and the battle ensues for the Trilon missile guidance system. Well, together, Jason, his AI toys, and the Dirtbags foil the plans of the evil group, returning both Jason and Trilon unscathed to his father, keeping the money, of course, the Dirtbags, for themselves as a self-imposed reward for their efforts. So I love this book. The color and illustrations in it were amazing. Very clean, very crisp, and again, that's one thing Continuity was known for to me, was they had a different coloring style that they used that made their comics stand out on the newsstand among all the other comics, all the other indies. So it's a well written, well constructed book. Anything from Continuity in my collection, I really go back more times than any to reread them. So I highly recommend you looking up Jason Critter Toy Boy at your local comic book store. Pull that from the archive boxes, or if you want to, you can look them up on eBay and order you some. But I highly recommend this series. Again, I love the artwork. The color is amazing. Trevor Von Eaton did an outstanding job with the illustrations. I just love his style of illustrating. Again, he caught my attention when he was doing Batman and the Outsiders. So look it up, take a look. If you like this video, let me know. Drop me a like. If you want to see more episodes, you can always subscribe to this channel. And I will be making more, and they will get better as they progress, because this is my very first attempt. So if you cut me some slack, that'd be great too. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Come back and check out other future episodes. Enjoy your comics and have a great day.